Hey guys, the FM Gaffer here. Welcome to episode 2 of my Wigan Warriors save. I actually forgot to mention that was the name of it last episode. If you watched the video beforehand, you would have known that. So, that's what it's called. This is going to be the team for today's game against Coventry City in the first ever competitive game I'll play on Football Manager. But first, the transfers. So, yeah, I had a cheeky little bid for Craig Smith, although it was rejected. But yeah, it's all been in so far. I have put 2 people on the transfer list who I don't think are good enough, and I've actually put them in the under-21s as well. They are Grant Holt, wherever he is, there he is, and David Perkins, who is a centre mid, who yeah, just doesn't look up to scratch. He's never been higher in the Championship, and with teams like Blackpool and Barnsley, I mean, he's not the best, so he's going on the transfer list. So this is what I'm going to be working with as my main squad. Now, it has some young players that have potential that aren't as good now, but most of all, I have a really good core of experienced to peak players. And yeah, I looked at the squad and I noticed a few areas that were weak. So we only had like 1, maybe 2 right backs, or no, it was a left back. Hang on, I think it's right back. It's right back, yeah. And we were short on wingers. So if I actually take you to the tactics screen first before we go anywhere. This is the tactic I'm going to be playing. It's a 4-3-3 kind of thing. I'm sure you've seen this tactic before if you watch Football Manager a lot. We're going to have fullbacks on automatic, central defenders on defend. They're quite normal, same as the goalkeeper. Then we've got an anchor man as the defensive mid, box-to-box midfielder, and a deep line playmaker both on support, and inside forwards, as we have quite a lot of people that are sort of like Harris Vukic, that are sort of attacking-minded players, like striker-minded players, playing those sort of positions. Another example could be, I think he's injured, Jordi Hawula, Don Cowie maybe, I don't know. No, Don Cowie's a midfielder, what am I on about? But yeah, so yeah, we were a little short on left wingers or right wingers, so I did make quite a few signings in that area. Ruben Noble-Lazarus is one. He's more, not one for the future, but one who's going to develop quite nicely. So is Marcus Madison, and so in part is Bernard Traore. Although Bernard Traore wasn't originally one of my transfer targets, he just flashed up on the scout report. And I was like, I'm having that because he was on loan and no wages, so I thought that was a great deal. So first signing, Ruben Noble-Lazarus. He can play attacking midfield left or attacking midfield right, which is the only, well, he actually can play striker a little bit, but mainly those wing positions. That's the one. Is where he's going to play. So as you can see, his current ability is only 2 right now, but 3.5 star potential, possibly even 4.5 star. He was thought of as quite a starlet at Barnsley, but he hasn't really peaked yet, so I'm hoping he can do that for us at Wigan. I'm only going to go over these briefly because I'm going to try and get both these videos out as soon as possible. Adam Drury, he's the only guy on a free transfer. Actually, let's just talk about the fee first. Ruben Noble-Lazarus, that is not by any means straight away 925,000. Though a lot of teams I've been noticed have been quite steep. One more thing before I forget, I had an offer for one of my staff. Like it wasn't an offer because it was up to him. They offered him a contract, but they were gonna, and it said like they've offered him a contract and we would get 45,000. And I talked to him, said I'd like you to stay, and he said that won't make any difference in my decision. So hopefully I'll still stay because he was the best physiotherapy open to me. Physio. I did look at the staff search and I was like, well, he is literally the best on the market. So our physiotherapist might be going to Bolton, I think it is. But yeah, there's that. Adam Drury, as I said, he was a free agent. He was at Man City. I remember him at Burton when he was on loan there. He has been on loan at St Mirren in Scotland, but now he's here with Wigan, and I think he'll do quite a good job for me. He's quite solid. He's one of those, again, that's got a potential future, but I signed him as a nice backup right back to Kevin McNaughton, who will be our main right back. Moving on, Marcus Madison. I've sort of raided Peterborough a bit. I've got 2 of their players. Marcus Madison was one of the brightest young stars. Peterborough have a fantastic ability to sign players from non-league. Same with Michael Boswick, as we'll go into in a minute. Signed him from Gateshead for 200,000. They've sold him on the next season for 850,000. This could be a realistic deal. To be honest, he is a very, very good player. And yeah, in real life, I don't know how he is in the game. I don't know if he's actually going to go into that potential. But from what I can see in the report, he's a very good player. So moving on. Will Vauxhall, he's just one for the future, 250,000, and I think quite a lot of that is over 36 months or something like that. So he can play right back, so he'll sort of be our second, third choice right back. But yeah, I just wanted to strengthen the core a little bit more because we do have quite a lot of players in those centre back, defensive mid, midfield roles. There's 5 players in just those 3 positions. which also is why I've signed Michael Bostwick, but he's a little bit more experienced. This guy's the young guy in that sort of position. He has some really nice stats, as you can see, good potential as well. So yeah, moving on to Michael Bostwick, £800,000. I think that's a great fee, and not all of that is straight away. So as you can see, Michael Bostwick signed from Stevenage, who were a non-league club, although when Peterborough signed him, he was in League One. And yeah, he's just done fantastic for Peterborough. You always see him on the score sheet. Like, he doesn't score that much, but like just every so often you see on like Final Score or Gillette Saturday, you see Michael Bostwick flash up. It's no surprise to you, even though he's basically a defender. Though it says actually here midfield central is his best role. I would have thought it would have been defensive mid. Defensive mid is probably where I'll play him, so he'll be very good for the season, maybe the next season. Possibly not if we get promoted, though still